they're going to charge me $40. I'm going to send, come on, 8. Look around. So there's 8 people that called them. The other, what, 150, they just made an extra. Yeah. You. See, a lot of times, folks, you get a bill, and the bill should have been $300, but it says $301. And 99% of the time, what are you going to do? Hey, they know that, folks. So guess what? They send a millionaire customers an extra $1 overcharge or extra 50 cents overcharge. Hello? You know, all over, if they're pulling any credit profile, people are taking advantage from debt collectors. How many people in there actually believe debt is sold? Raise your right hand. Quick. Okay. Now I'm going to pick on a new person. What's your name? Tim. Tim. Now, again, you don't know what you know. All right? Mark lives in Utah. Mark says, you know what? I can go down to the courthouse and I can get me a business license and become a what? Debt collector, right? That's about right? Now, we all know that if you don't want to be found, can anybody find you? No. If you don't want to be found, ask Bin Laden. But we know that we think that you're going to get it. But what I'm saying, folks, naturally, if you don't want to be found, you're not going to be found. So, statistics say debt collectors, about 12% of the time, they're going to collect that debt. 88% of the time, they're not. Because even if they find you, are you going to pay the debt? Yes or no? So with that in mind, folks, Mark is opening up a business to become a debt collector, right? Because he needs money and he's broke. So why is he going to pay for a debt that he might not even collect? Write off what he's broke. That's why he's going to business. What he's going to write off? A negative 400. See, again, folks, we don't know what we don't know. Folks, they don't sell debt. Why would Bank of America sell off a debt when, listen to this, folks, now you're going to be enlightened. Bank of America is in business to make money. So anytime they extend a credit card, they're going to call AIG and say, here's another customer, pay this, pay this. And remember, they got this thing so fine-tuned that they know if you're a customer for a certain amount of time, paying a certain amount of interest, then they've already made enough money off you. Even if you don't pay, then guess what they're going to do? They're going to send that bad debt to whom? The insurance company, right? But here's what's so crazy. Remember, I had my job and I lost my job? So I had a credit card debt of $1,000. But when I couldn't pay it, guess what Bank of America did? They put a what? Late fee on it, right? And enough late fees is going to cause you to go over the what? Limit. So that $1,000 that I used, now it's $2,500, right? And they've charged it off. So now they're going to send a bill to the insurance company for what? And they're going to get a check for what? Then that's the first time they get paid. They get paid again, folks, at the end of the year when they do what? Write it off on taxes. And then here's what's so crazy. They're going to send me another credit card application because they want me to do it again. Hello? But what happens, folks, going back to that, just because you pay this debt collector, all Mark's going to do, he's going to call you up and say, ring, ring, ring. Yeah. Hey, guess what? This is Mark. I'm representing Bank of America. And guess how I found that out? All I did was pull your credit report because I got a friend that works at the mortgage company. Hello? Pull your credit report and say, listen, I bought this debt from Bank of America. It's $1,000. But I'm willing to let you settle for $150 today. Now, here's what's so crazy. I knew I used $1,000, right? Right? And he's only asking for $150. How quick am I going to stroke that check? Quick, right? Now, I stroke a check to who? Mark Attorney, not Bank of America, right? So Mark's going to take my check and deposit it in his account. Now I'm feeling pretty good because now I'm getting ready to go buy a house, and I know I paid off that, and then first, hey, Rob, the only way you're going to get this house, you got to clear that $1,000 debt. I'm ready for you. I already did. Here's my receipt, Attorney Mark, for how much? Is that any use to you? The debt said $1,000. You paid some attorney, Mark, $150. So now you're feeling slight. So you're going to run home and you're going to dial Mark's number, and guess what you're going to do? Ding, ding, ding. I'm sorry, the number that you just called is not in service anymore. See, folks, here is what you need to do. Since you know the law, right, and you want to pay somebody, who should you pay? Bank of America, right? If you owe $1,000 and attorney Mark called you and said, you need to pay this, I bought this debt from Bank of America, I'm going to say, Mark, have a great day. Guess who I'm going to call? Bank of America. I'm going to call Bank of America. Ring, ring, ring. Ring, ring, ring. Hey, Bank of America, how you doing? Robert Gould, I'm back. Guess what? 6 months ago, man, it was rough, but I'm back in high cotton. I owe you $1,000. I'm ready to pay you. And guess what you're going to say? Yes, because he has to make a quota, right? So I give him my name and my account number, and guess what he's going to tell me? We have no record of you. Hello? Is that about right? So why would a company that I owe $1,000 to, and I want to give them $1,000, they won't take it? You know why? Because if they do, folks, it'll be fraud. They've already made a bunch of money when they did what? AIG, and wrote it off on taxes. So I said, you don't have my account. Let me slow down, give you my Social Security number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mr. Gould, we have no record of you. Fine. So if they don't want to take my money, what gives me this guy over here the right to come get my money? Hello? Folks, we don't know what we don't know. And so many people today are getting brutalized because they don't understand the Fair Debts Collections Practices Act. Myth number 7. Inquiries are not derogatory. It will not affect your credit. How many people heard that? Okay? Folks, anything negative is going to either hurt your credit score-wise or apply. And let me give you an example. Any people in here that ever sold cars before? Okay, just imagine if you own the car lot, right? And I come to buy a car, and it's 8 o'clock at night. I give you my credit report, you run it, and I've gotten turned down 15 times that day. How eager are you to sell me a car? Hello? Man, you like, come on. I was born at night, but not last night. You've already got turned down 15 times. And you think because it's late at night? Oh, so what we have to understand, anything on your credit profile can be perceived as negative. And then let me tell you what happens. See, the finance companies don't care anything about you. Folks, we have folks out there that make $1 million a year, and they have a 580 credit score. And here's why. They say, you know what, Robert? I can make more money by leaving my money in this interest-bearing account, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the credit card. I got a $50,000 limit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the credit card, let my money draw interest and pay it off each and every month. Sounds good, right? But let me tell you how the finance companies look at you. They look at you as saying, you know what? The lifestyle that you're living, you're not making enough money to sustain it. Why? Because you're having to use $50,000 of my money each and every month to fill in the what? The gap. And we know that if something happens, because we don't, you know, they don't, on your credit report, they don't say what kind of job you're working in, right? Right? Have you ever wondered why your job doesn't matter on your credit profile? Because they don't want to know. They don't want to know that you're the CEO of Aflac. All they want to know is that if you're using a lot of credit, they don't keep your credit score down because of what? The interest rates. See, folks, today, if you do not have a 740 and above on all 3 of your credit profiles, you have horrible credit.